Good morning
to the goofball army out there. Hi at the families. Tell them to get to the next room. Tell them to go to your neighbors because we got goofball news to go over, and it might get crazy.
Typically does, guys. If it's your first episode ever, you got like 30 seconds before we start, so not enough time to go to the bathroom, but go get a drink because trust me, you're probably going to need it there. In the meantime, the rest, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. That way you know about future episodes as well, guys. Buckle your seatbelts if you haven't already. Make sure your tray is in the upright position here, guys, because we are just about ready to get going. And like, oof.
Guys, if you want a crazy ride going forward, a bunch of nonsense, but all nothing but the truth about the Giants, listen in, buckle in, tell a friend.
Let's go.
And now, here are your goofball hosts, Drew and Rob.
Welcome, fellow goofballs, the Two Giant Goofballs New York Giants podcast. I am Drew, joined as always by
me, Rob, and hey, I guess we got their spread pick, so we don't have to talk about the Giants too much today.
Yeah, well, so at least that's a positive. It's pretty bad when it's a positive that we're on a Giants podcast talking less about the Giants, right? Like that's bad. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. On the plus side, besides the fact that Rob just got a text message, which might be good news, who knows? We also
text message, show me the money, selling moon vacuums.
We also have. And I'm trying to find a plus side. I can't even find a plus side for us right now. The season's a third of the way over.
there's great football out there, and
yeah.
Hey, my fantasy team is 3-2. So,
by the way, I saw this. Actually, I took a screenshot of this because I thought it was hilarious and sad at the same time. It was top 10 players who were dropped on Yahoo Fantasy Football this week, and we had 3 of the top 9.
Dart, Scatterboo, and Slayton.
Dart, Robinson, and Slayton. Yeah. So that's, I guess we won something. Most players in the top 10 players being dropped in fantasy football.
Well, makes sense because with Tracy being back, I would just assume that Scatterboo's stock would drop a little bit in fantasy, but he's been pretty consistent, putting up some points.
We'll see. But guys, we're going to do our injury report here. We're going to do our week 6 picks talking about football that doesn't involve the Giants, which makes us a little happier. And then, of course, tomorrow, guys, we're going to be live throughout the game. Also live in their post game, talking about the latest loss for the Giants. And we're talking about trying to do something extra for you guys here on the weekend as well. We usually do 4. Rob and I still got to iron out some stuff. We'll let you guys know tomorrow. But we're talking about doing a reaction show to the Saquon documentary coming out on Amazon. Listen, I know he's not a Giant anymore, but there's a whole lot that's going to be coming out, I have a feeling, in this about his time with the Giants. You've already heard the stuff about him requesting a trade and Mary refusing it. There's all kinds of stuff already starting to come out because they're trying to get you hyped up for the show. So listen, they hyped us up. We want to watch it. We're curious. We want to see the inner workings of the Giants. Maybe afterwards we don't want to see it anymore, but we'll want to see it beforehand. Be sad, perhaps depressing, like most things for the Giants do. But let's get into the injury report here, guys. All righty. Now, before we begin, also, I should apologize to you all ahead of time. I don't know what the heck's going on my throat, but I'm like coughing like crazy and got all kinds of yucky stuff in there. So if you hear me coughing at all, I apologize. I try to mute myself whenever that happens, but it's like,
he's got the yuckies.
It happens. Listen, I don't know. I'm fighting a cold in Florida. I'm not sure quite how that works logistically, but apparently,
that's impressive.
Yeah, exactly. And apparently, I also forgot to put my battery, my cord in for my laptop. So that would have been bad. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, imagine that going bad.
I too like to live dangerously.
Live that dangerously. Listen, if you know anything about gaming laptops, you're lucky if they last an hour. So yeah, that's just life with that kind of laptop. But anyway, let's get into our injury report here, guys, because let's be honest here, none of us expect to win tomorrow, but at least we can have a little knowledge in the game. So sad for this already. Week 6, and we're already this beat, and it's goddamn pathetic. So Saquon Barkley, surprise, surprise, the Giants fans, is on the injury report. Knee injury. He did not practice Monday, limited on Tuesday, full participant on Wednesday here. So you got to think he's going to be in. They have not given a game status for him yet. You got Jahad Campbell, the linebacker, biceps injury, limited in practice the first 2 days, full participant today and Wednesday, so he should be in. Byron Young, the defensive tackle, triceps injury, limited practice the first 2 days, full participant today and Wednesday. So again, you got to think he's going to be in. Here's the questionables here. Nakobe Dean is questionable. The linebacker had a knee injury. He's been out now for the season so far. He is expected, from all reports that I'm reading, to go ahead and make his season debut against the Giants. But he's still listed as questionable. And a lot of times they do that when you come back from injury, just in case you aggravate it during warm-ups or something like that. You got a little chance to say, oh, you knew this was a possibility.
Yeah, you had an idea.
You know, and I guess he's going to be probably at a snap count, I got to imagine, coming back at this point, too. You don't want to throw him out there too quick. But really good player last year, 15 games, 128 tackles, 9 tackles for loss, 6. He had 6 sacks, interception, 4 passes deflected there. Also questionable on the day is Jalen Carter with a heel injury that he just suffered today, actually, on Wednesday. He was limited participant in practice, but that has been also dealing with a shoulder injury this season as well. So we've got a few different issues. Plus, of course, he's dealing with this salivatory issues as well. But, you know, that's a whole set. That's not an injury per se. It's more of a mental status and a good moral thing. Call me crazy. People that we know are out. Tight end Grant Calcaterra is out. Oblique, he hasn't practiced all week. They've already said he's out. Decent backup tight end. I mean, not a main star, but decent backup guy. Landon Dickerson, the guard, also with ankle injury, is out. So decent guard. Not only having a great season so far here to start, but he is officially going to be not in the game here. So the backup for him, I had to look it up, to be honest. I didn't know who their backup was in this. Brett Toth is going to be the backup there. So hopefully Dexter Lawrence can take care of him. That's be a very nice thing there. But yeah, like I said, overall, Eagles aren't exactly dealing with a ton of issues on injuries there. On the Giants side here, definitely some more issues. So here's the guys that are listed but don't have a designation yet, which usually means they're going to play. Dane Belton, shoulder injury, limited participant all week. Jackson Dart, you know, he's been battling that hamstring, obviously. Limited participant Monday, but full participant Tuesday, Wednesday. Javon Holland, calf injury, limited participant all week. Tyler Newman, groin injury, limited participant all week. Drew Phillips, hip injury, limited participant all week. And running back Tyrone Tracy Jr., shoulder injury, limited participant all week. Now, here's the scary one for me. We name our top 3 safeties. Tyler Newman, Dane Belton, and Javon Holland.
Yeah, there's some issues there.
Report, guys. Yeah. This is just absolute insanity there. Now, the good news I can give you guys out of this, Tyrone Tracy is expected to be playing. He is expected to be making his debut back from that shoulder injury, which is going to be good because, let's be honest, we're going to have to run the ball like you would not believe to have a shot in hell at this. So, even though we won't have a shot in hell, but it is what it is. But I want to see the Tracy Scadaboo combo there. Like, now that Scadaboo's got a couple games as a starter under his belt, and he's kind of cemented himself as the number 2 at the very least, if not number 1, depending on how Tracy looks when he gets back. Like, I want to see that kind of combo and how it works. I want to see both of them even back there at the same time. Maybe Scadaboo works like a lead blocker and he kind of do some fake trickery kind of stuff there. Like, you got those potentials.
Yes.
It won't be that
potential.
The Giants won't be that creative to do that, but it's a potential thing. You could do it technically. Especially in a game like this where you're going to have absolutely probably no receivers. Jermaine Eluemunor also on the injury report. Back injury, did not participate first 2 days. A limited participant today and Wednesday. He's questionable for the game. The good news is, if there is any good news in that, because he's still probably the second best offensive lineman we have, is if he can't play, you got to imagine that Marcus Mbow would go in his stance. And I kind of like to see more of Mbow. I kind of like to see, we have a little more in him at this point. Otherwise, guys that are officially out for the game already. Linebacker Swayze Bozeman. I know you guys are very sad about that. I know.
So sad.
I cried a little myself. I'm still trying to figure who the hell names their kid Swayze. Like, were they Patrick?
Dr. Patrick.
I never
had a
heard
little Jordan Humphreys.
And they say you don't trust somebody with 2 first names. So
what about 2 last names?
What about 2 last names? Exactly. Do we overly trust this guy now?
What happens when the last name becomes the first name because of sports?
That's like having a dream within a dream within a dream.
Oh, no, it's a true thing. The name Shea is named famous because what's his face used to always hit home runs at Shea Stadium, so he named his daughter Shea, which is now a popular girl's name.
Oh, you're talking about Chipper Skid?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. And then Shea Stadium closed. So his next kid's named City.
what do you call it? It's like your first name is the last name, but it's not.
Yeah. So one of the linebacker we got out, Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles, out again with a hamstring issue. Here's the big one, though. And this is the one. Listen, I know he had a bad game last week, guys. Wide receiver Darius Slayton, hamstring issue. He's out officially this week. He didn't practice all week. He's not going to be on there. So let's take a look at who we have left at wide receiver. And this will make you happy.
A Tip-Monk.
So you got Wan'Dale Robinson, Jalen Hyatt, Bo Collins,
fantastic,
Gunnar Olszewski, and you're hoping they call up little Jordan Humphrey.
Listen, he's got game. Look at his name.
Yeah.
That's probably the weakest starting receiving group or close to it in the league.
Listen, besides Wan'Dale Robinson, they have a combined 1 reception.
Yeah.
That's where it's at, guys. Like that's really, really bad. And listen, we'll know more on the call-ups and all tomorrow. They haven't announced that yet, so we'll have to see there, because who knows? Does little Jordan Humphreys, even make it to the practice or make it off the practice squad? Like, we don't know. We have no clue what they're going to do. Like, a normal situation, I'd be like, yes, of course they're going to call him up. I have no goddamn clue.
Never know what he's doing in there.
I don't think they know what they're doing.
No.
So, yeah, and I see Anthony there. Why aren't they trying to give Washington a chance? Montreal Washington isn't even a Giant right now. He's a point-blank free agent roaming the streets, working at the Piggly Wiggly right now.
Piggly Wiggly.
So, it is what it is. I mean, imagine that. You're trying to develop a rookie quarterback, and you're giving him one guy who's 5'3" to be your main receiver, and then everybody else combines for 1 total reception all year long. So, yeah, that's bad, guys. Like, that's extremely, extremely bad.
If you're from Boston, it's hella bad.
I'd love to give you guys something positive on this. I really would. I don't have a thing. There's nothing I can give you positive right now, and I'd love to be the guy that's like, oh, well, this could happen and that could happen. Like, I really would. As much as I'm kind of known as the negative between the two of us, I think this is the epitome of my negativity at this point where I'm at. Like, literally, you're gonna face a team that, let's be honest, and correct me if I'm wrong, Rob. I don't want to speak for you in this, but the Eagles are like the most scrappy goddamn team in the NFL right now. They just find a way to win no matter what. Except last week. I had to throw the
I was about to say, what about last week? What happened there?
Like, They have no right being 4-1, yet somehow they just find a way to win. And now we're going to face them with one receiver with more than one reception on the season.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Like, if you're the Eagles, why wouldn't you just stack the box and double team Wan'Dale Robinson?
That's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to see, Drew.
Tight ends, too, and they have to cover them, obviously. Tight ends were a big part last week. But I'm just insanity, this whole situation. Like, how the hell we even got here? And this is part of why I was so pissed off little Jordan Humphreys wasn't called up last week. Because if you call little Jordan Humphreys up, okay, you put him up there and you throw him in at that point. Maybe you don't throw him in many plays, just pop him in there so you have another receiver because you lost a receiver at Neighbors. It's a logical thing. I lost a receiver. I have one on my practice squad with actual NFL experience. I'm going to call him up. Like, there's this logical train of thought with this whole process. Instead, you didn't. And if you call him up, you could easily make the case that he's the second best receiver on the roster. And he hasn't played a single down for the Giants yet. Like,
yeah, that's pretty yeah, it's pretty bad.
That is point blank roster malpractice by Joe Shane and Brian Dable, because I know they supposedly get together to discuss these things. It's not one or the other. That's absolutely goddamn BS. So let's get to the comments here. Deb says, "Hey kids." Anthony says, "Hey guys."
Hi.
And says, Tracy's back. Guess who's back? Tracy's back. Don't tell the Eagles.
Yeah.
Deb says, "Is there a deadline for teams to activate players in the practice squad?" Yes. I mean, I know it's usually the day before. On a lot of times I'll hear about it. I don't know when it formally gets announced, but I haven't heard anything yet today. And I did look to see. So I'm guessing it's going to be announced probably early tomorrow at that point there. Anthony says, would be cool. That would be cool if Carter's out. JMS might only get destroyed every other snap. Well, you are giving that guy way too much credit. Way too much credit. Dorothy says, JMS will destroy himself if the opponent refuses to engage. As Anthony says, Dorothy, you aren't wrong. Dorothy says, Giants players think they work at a big corporation where no one will notice their non-performance because they're just part of the machine. Yeah, the problem is this machine is a steam locomotive going against a bullet train. That's the problem.
The bullet train's not fair. A locomotive, I'll go with that. Because their steam power keep going, but they definitely have their flaws.
Yeah, that's for sure. You know, it's just, yeah, I don't know. Anthony said, I wonder if we're going to go into the game with 49 players this week just to spice it up. Darn, I thought this was the week Roadhouse Bozeman was going to become a true modern Giants linebacker and miss 10 tackles. Well, you see, he was, but Sam Elliott has to complete his training of him. That's the problem here. So he can't quite do it there. Anthony says, why aren't we trying to give Washington a chance? Like I said, he's not even a Giant technically. Deb says, Carl Banks was angrier than I've ever seen him. He didn't excuse the coaches, but his rant was on players who don't execute and don't seem to care. And he's not wrong in that. But here's the problem, as we pointed out last episode. The Giants allow them to get away with that.
Yeah, that's a problem. Like, if you know you have guys that are committed to plays, you have people that are just giving up. That's a cultural thing.
Yep.
That comes from your coaching staff. That doesn't come from your players. You can coach that out. That's a very coachable thing.
And this is not the kind of culture that Jamie Lee Curtis was talking about, that little cup and the spoon at that point. Like, this is like a legit issue. Like, this is a situation where I feel like whoever comes in here next, because let's be honest here, I'm at this point, I'm just hoping for a new coach and all next year. Whoever comes in next is going to have to clean house of any players that they get sniffed, any news about them not caring. Jalen Hyatt, Deontay Banks, those kind of guys, like they can't be on the roster next year, point blank.
Yeah, listen, like
Kazoo.
There's like some room you might be able to say, like, all right, there might be approval for Banks because people just allow him to, because he has to be like, at the end of the day, you have to kind of use him.
Yeah.
Like, just because he does have talent. Granted, he's not the best, but we don't have much talent to back him up. So you kind of step between a hard place and a rock. So you kind of let some of the talent like that Sometimes it's that. But
He's
you know what I'm saying? Like when you have talented, like you deal with some of the drama and you put up with it.
Look at like
But
the A.J. Brown Eagles right now. They're dealing with the BS he's putting them through because he's an extremely talented player. So
yeah. I mean, they have a lot of talent. So like you put up a little bit more BS, but when you have like a Hyatt out there who in his career hasn't even surpassed 500 yards.
One touchdown.
Yeah. You
like,
kind of say, all right,
single touchdown.
You kind of go, all right, dude, like we put you on the field. You play probably about 50% of your snaps while you're here. And you would have had a lot more if you actually started producing.
Yeah. Imagine being
on 40% of the snaps. He's
not a single catch.
Yeah, what's he 40% of the snaps probably for his career?
30% he's been at for a lot of the games. And it's weird because you don't even see him because they don't even throw it to him. He's not open.
Well, last week he was what? It was 50% of snaps or almost 60.
Once Slayton went down, he was in for pretty much every single one. But you know, you get on top of that the fact that like everybody's talking about the one that he went for the pass interference and actually attacking and going for the ball, which they should have clearly. But they also forget that he was also part of the first interception that Jackson Dart did. He didn't try to run back towards the ball or anything. He has no effort whatsoever. We called out the lack of a block he did in 7 minutes left to go in the second quarter when Jackson Dart was running the ball trying to get a first down. Like he doesn't care. He's disengaged. Get rid of him. That is such a cancer. Think about where we're at right now with this roster. I'm saying get rid of a receiver.
Listen, at the end of the day, you probably get more production out of Little Jordan Humphrey. Even if he gets 2 catches for a total of 28 yards. That's probably saying too much. 3 catches for that. That is such an improvement what Hyatt's done this year.
That's 3 more catches than Hyatt's done all year.
Yeah. Even you say 3 for 15, he got us the first down.
Still, yeah. Anthony said, I thought he was on the practice squad. Yeah, no, he got dropped and they never put him on the practice squad. He is literally roaming the streets right now without a job. Think about that for a minute. All the injuries we've had, and he's still roaming the streets right now. And I'm going to throw this in. We're talking about before, Little Jordan Humphrey being called up last week. Let's say hypothetically you call Little Jordan Humphrey up. You could have then signed Washington to your practice squad.
It's true.
And he'd be available, that means this week, and be practicing with the team all week and everything. Yeah. This is the kind of BS this team is.
Yeah, more coach practice.
Dorothy says, are we certain current Carl Banks wouldn't do a better job than Bobby Okereke at the middle linebacker position? No. And listen, I want to like root for Okereke because he's got the numbers and stuff, and he was so good that first year. He's getting dragged around by running backs. I'm sorry. I'm not going to applaud you when you're like 7 yards down the field stopping the running back. Now, I do think part of it, though, is potentially the position. I don't think that's talked about enough because the positioning of the corners, they're way off the receivers and everything, like playing like a nonstop prevent defense. I think this week I want to pay a little more attention to where Bobby Okereke is being lined up because I wonder if part of his problem why he's so far back when he's, in the field when he's tackling a running back is he's starting too deep.
I think that has a lot to do with it because like he's running forward towards a lot of plays. Like he's trying to keep in the middle for like a lot of zone stuff. So it's like it's a little weird there. Like I don't blame him not looking as good.
Yeah,
this year is his first year.
Yeah.
So like look, he was definitely way more aggressive in the front line with a different defense.
That was the wing defense. That was the wing one. Deb says, I do think Banks would be better, Dorothy. It speaks volumes when fans wanted to get rid of Hyatt and Banks and said we need a number 2 receiver in case Neighbors gets hurt. Yeah, like I said, especially when you're trying to go ahead and get a rookie quarterback developed in this league. Like we are absolutely screwed. And I'll even go beyond. Let's say hypothetically the Giants couldn't get a number 2. They couldn't legitimately fit that square peg in that round hole because of money or whatever the case may be. Because we don't know behind the scenes that part. For all we know, they were talking to like guys like Stephon Diggs and just couldn't get it done. I don't know. But don't tell me that you couldn't do better than a bunch of undrafted rookie free agents and a bunch of guys who are returners that don't ever catch the ball. because that's what you got in Gunnar Olszewski and Amir Smith-Marset, who's on a practice squad, I believe still. You got Bo Collins. You got Dalen Cambry. Like, what are you doing?
You definitely could be making some moves and not giving up too much. Like, what did the Bengals give up to get Joe Flacco?
Well, no, we're saying is they should have done it before the season started, though.
Oh, 100%. We talked about that before.
As your wide receiver core.
We talked about that before. I'm just saying, like, right now, like,
yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. Right now, you can make a move very easily. You don't have to trade even to do it. You don't have to trade. You can go get guys that are walking the streets or on practice squads, and they're better than our current receivers.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But if you want to go out and get a better dude to go play, like, you could go out there and get yourself someone that's way better. It's an active roster, probably give up some round pick.
This is why you should have called someone up last week so you can see how they did and then have a better decision to make this week if you had to call somebody up. Now, I will say this, because it's Thursday, I don't know if that would have mattered because you're such a short week to make a trade and make a move that matter for this week. We have a long week coming up here. It wouldn't shock me at all, especially because I expect this passing offense to be basically non-existent. Like, I would not be shocked at all to see the Giants make some moves here coming up because now they have a long week. They can bring someone in like Friday, Saturday, and they can give them a whole week, with the team at that point. Hey, go look at the playbook over the weekend, and you come in Monday, you hit the ground running.
If you pick yourself up a veteran, that's pretty good. Everyone take that very serious.
Like a Hodgins, even like we said, Isaiah Hodgins a couple times. Isaiah Hodgins would be a perfect fit, absolute perfect fit. So, what's that here? I went too far up there. Dorothy says, year 4, Little Jordan Humphrey, who has 62 career catches, is going to be our second best receiver. Yeah. Yes, that's how bad it is. Anthony says, I can't wait to see notifications that Giants have dropped Hyatt. That bum's a waste of space. Yeah. Well, you'll have to wait to the offseason, probably the way things are going. Dorothy says, they're putting Dart out there with no receivers. Eventually, the line will get injured, and we'll have a Daniel Jones clone, a new GM and coach without the power to change QBs. I've been here before. Yes. Anthony says, my bad, being wrong. Washington won't happen again. It will, but we can pretend for a bit. Oh, dude, you're good. I looked. I remember when we first were looking at who we can call up, who we can move around. I was shocked he wasn't there. I thought he had a really good rapport with Jackson Dart and all. So I was kind of shocked they didn't. He says, how are the 49ers winning games with Mac Jones and horrible wide receivers, all the injuries they've had, but we can't figure out how to get 200 passing yards.
Coaching, hands down. Listen, and you know what? Shannon also likes Mac Jones as a quarterback. He apparently wanted him. And it fits his scheme.
Remember, Bourne had a good year with Mac Jones back at the Patriots too. So
you know what's crazy too? It's like these offensive lines like meet something. You have like what looks like a terrible quarterback play decent ball, good ball.
Mm-hmm. But
although Mac Jones, he got his cap hurt, he got back up, and sat there and won the game.
I've been a Mac Jones guy. Like I'm sorry, like the Patriots ruined him with the whole Joe Judge and Matt Patricia thing. Like, why the hell would you put those two guys? By the way, that's why before the conversation even starts, there's rumors of Belichick being bought out by the North Carolina team. I don't want him.
No. I
want nothing to do with him. Let me be very clear. I want nothing to do with him. He needs to go after the Shady Acres farm at that point and just wait for his time.
He can take his girlfriend that's a third of his age and do stuff and pop pills, whatever he has to do to make sure he dies happy.
They can go off to their dates at the Golden Corral together, where she probably gets still the children's meal prices, and they can just do their thing.
Yeah,
like nothing at all. And then Deb says, "Good point." AC Dorothy says, without Puka, wide receivers picked after Hyatt, who we traded up to draft, Xavier Hutchinson, Keyshawn Boutte, Wicks, etc. I don't think Boutte is actually in the league anymore. I'd have to look that one up. I know he had that issue with the law, didn't he? I want to say.
I thought the law and the law won.
Oh, gosh. Oh, no, take it back. Yeah. He is still with the Patriots. I thought they cut him. I thought that was a legal issue, but yeah, he's got 200 yards in receiving on the year. That's
200 more than Hyatt.
That's 200 more than Hyatt. And is Joe Judge ruining players? Never would have thought. I know, it's crazy. And he says, "Could you imagine if we had taken Puka? We could have."
There's so many teams that are sitting there in that scenario saying the same thing.
We could have taken Puka Nacua, and we could have taken. We could have not taken Eric Gray. We took Eric Gray right before the Rams took Puka Nacua. Basically, it's a couple picks down the road. I can't remember how many spots, but it wasn't like one or two. It was more than that. But still, like, he was available. We took Eric Gray, that waste of a roster spot. All right, guys. Let's pay the bills real quick. We'll be right back. We're going to get into our Week 6 picks here, guys.
Thanks for watching. Like the show? Of course you do, or you would have turned it off by now and not be hearing me. There are plenty of ways to support the show. YouTube is the best place to join us, and we offer memberships there with fun benefits like custom emojis and early access to video clips. Of course, there you can also send super chats and stickers to send one-time support payments. The best way to support the show is to buy these drunk idiots beers at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Along with one-time support payments, there are also monthly plans, so you can continue to help kill their livers each month. You can also show people that you are a goofball by visiting our store at 2giantgoofballs-shop.fourthwall.com. We got everything from shirts, hats, phone cases, funny candles, buttons, stickers, and even a 2 Giant Goofballs towel to dry off your goofballs. Of course, you can always support the show for free by simply hitting the like, subscribe, and share button wherever you are watching or listening to this. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps the show tremendously, and quite frankly, the goofballs suck at marketing and need your help to get the word out. Thank you for being part of the Goofball Army and for taking the time out to support the show.
All right, guys, before we get to the picks, because I see Deb brought up a topic here I want to make sure everybody knew about as well. She says people still want OBJ, but he's been suspended now for 6 games. Anthony says, Deb, I didn't hear about the PDUs until they announced his suspension. She said, I only heard about it today. So basically what happens in this scenario, when OBJ got caught using some kind of performance-enhancing drugs, I don't want to say like steroids or something like that. I don't know what he took. It's not always steroids, so let me be clear on that.
Could be tests, could just be something for recovery.
Yeah, it could be a whole bunch of things. I mean, but when that happens, you usually go in at that point to go ahead and go through arbitration with it. Go for to fight the suspension there. And while that's happening, it stays quiet in case you win. So today he turned in that he was giving in to the 6-game suspension. So once he turned that in, it became something that was allowed to be publicly said. So that's why nobody heard about it till today. And, you got to wonder if the Giants even knew about it, because we've been talking about, hey, would the Giants sign him for how long now? It seems like 2 years. But that's why probably the Giants haven't been interested. They probably did know about it. I mean, let's be honest. Even if you're not supposed to tell the team that wants to potentially sign him, and I don't know the legalities in that, to be very frank with you, but don't tell me that that's not floating around NFL circles, maybe not publicly, obviously.
100%.
Yeah. It just takes one guy to leak that. Next thing you know, all the teams know it. It also
Rumor has it.
At all. Yeah.
He probably will never play again.
And Anthony says, I did look it up, and it said he took test.
Which makes sense. I mean, how old is he again? 36?
Not 36, like 33 or something like that. So, I don't pretend to know a ton about test. So
testosterone replacement. So like depending on like
testosterone. I thought of like test. What?
Yeah, okay. Testosterone.
I don't know.
TRT.
Bingo. Okay.
Well, listen, it could actually he may actually need it for medical purposes, and like who knows, he may have an imbalance, and like you go to the regular doctor, you don't have to go to someone off the street to get needles. Like your doctor will give you something to help you with testosterone if you can't produce enough on your own, which is usually caused because if you took that stuff earlier in your life.
Yeah,
some people skip.
I go like there's plenty of legitimate medical uses for testosterone. It's just you tell the NFL. You talk to the NFL. You have the Player Association talk on your behalf. You know, it's it's what you do when you're a professional athlete. That's why I don't buy ever when they get suspended. Well, I didn't know that was in there. Well, don't take crap if you don't know what's in it.
Yeah, that's what always gets me. Like, hey, take this. This will help you perform better. Oh, sure. I don't need to know what's in this, do I?
Yeah, this thing that might help me perform better. You think it might be a performance-enhancing drug?
Hey, there's something in this. You should take it.
But a lot of times, like I said, they know. Yeah, they know it, so it's okay. It's okay. Let's see here. See here again. Jay laughing at us. Giants 3 Ricky party at my house if we win. Well, yeah, probably. Oh, I see. It's RJ. Yeah, there probably will not be a party at your house, RJ. Just fair warning. As Deb says, don't buy a lot of food.
Yeah.
Anthony says, imagine that. It would have been perfect. Giants luck. Sign OBJ at a surprise ban. Yes. Jay says, it's TRT. No big deal. It's not like he's Lyle Alzito. What the hell is he? I don't even know what you're talking about, Jay.
No, well, TRT is testosterone replacement. Whatever the last one
Lyle
stands for.
Alzito. That's where I'm not understanding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jay, let us into
the fighter.
Debs. Jay says,
I
why
think it was a fighter?
Like an 8-year-old. Well, how am I dressed like an 8-year-old? God damn. Is it because of the Bucky shirt?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess so. Listen, Bucky's is an American legend here, okay? That's just all there is to it. Yeah, it happens. Jay says, listen to Drew advice on what to put in your body. It's okay. I never claimed to be in good shape, but you know what? I'm in a whole lot better shape than a lot of people I've met my age. It's okay. 43. I don't gotta look like I'm 20 still. I'm 43. It is what it is.
Hey, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, look at Rob. You have no clue he's 67, but I mean, it's okay. He's in better shape.
This is all natural.
You know what he does? He just uses the hose and the vacuum and just sucks out all the wrinkles.
It's better than let's get ducks.
Open corral. He just gets it right out with the vacuum.
Yeah.
Jay says, you don't know who Lyle Alzito is. I don't look him up. I don't know who this guy is.
He was tight end for the Raiders back in the day. And he got known for sauce into his gills.
Yeah, I see that now. And he wasn't a tight end. He was a defensive end, defensive tackle.
Defensive end.
But I don't know. When did this guy play?
Oh, that Saucy had a tight one. Hey-oh.
It sounds like a Madden era player. Yeah, he played 71 to 85. I'm sorry, Jay. I was 3 years old when he stopped playing. Yeah, who's old now? Let's see. RJ says, well, Anthony, OBJ spent it for 6 games. Yep, like I said, we ain't getting him anymore. So there goes that option, at least for 6 weeks. Maybe in 5 weeks we get help. Who knows?
Maybe we can win a game in 5 weeks.
Probably not. We are playing the Raiders eventually. All right. I said that about the Saints game, though, too. So, you know.
That's what I say. I try to tell you, Drew.
Let's get into our week 6 picks here. So, listen, we got to start off, obviously, as we always do, with a Thursday night game. This is going to be an exciting one for Eagles fans. Eagles at the Giants. Yeah, I'd love to give you some kind of optimism here. Giants are 7.5-point underdogs. The over-under is 41.5. Yeah. Guys, I am as negative as it can be, and I think I'm going to go with that negativity. Eagles to win, Eagles to cover, under on the points. I really think we're going to get absolutely destroyed like you would not believe. Like this is going to be like a beatdown that we're going to remember for a long time. I really feel that in my heart of hearts. We have no receivers.
Yeah,
Stack the box, double Wan'Dale Robinson, and you got the whole offense covered.
So we have to expect, Theo Johnson to step in a little bigger. You have to expect Belly to come in. And listen, when we won the first game against the Chargers with a tough defense, it wasn't Malik Neighbors that was getting a whole bunch of catches there. That's a game where he got hurt. So I don't think we win. That being said, I do think we keep it a little closer and we cover the spread. I don't think it's over because we're just going to go back and forth. And yeah, it's too low of a spread. If it was up to 45, then maybe I'll juice it down. But yeah, I'm going to go with the over.
We can't even cover the honey butter spread at the Texas Roadhouse Steakhouse. That's how bad. It's not going to happen. Prepare, guys, for your worst nightmare of a game. Join us.
Yeah. Lose by a touchdown.
I might just bring a bottle of rum with me this time. Who knows? We'll find out. Call it a work.
So there's garage beers.
Yeah.
All right. So
go. Yeah. See? Jay says these primetime games in the NFL don't want blowouts. You'll see a shitload of flags if that's the case. No, because the Giants get blown out regularly on primetime.
Well, I'm pretty sure a lot of people unsubscribe to Prime because of Thursday Night Football games because they give them the absolute worst games of the week. So Jay's over there saying, we don't want that anymore. Prime doesn't want it. Bezos says, take my money, throw some flags.
Here's what I want to know. What's the over-under on Richard Sherman talking shit about Russell Wilson during the game? Just saying, like, the guy literally called him out last week. Like, he played himself out of the Hall of Fame, and that was originally Tony Gonzalez said it, but he was like, "Yeah, he hasn't done a jack and shit since the Legion of Boom left him." Like, it's like wow. Throw the guy under the bus while you're at it. Seriously, kaplunk.
Yeah. No F's given.
Yeah.
All right, well, up next, we're going over to London. You got the Jets hosting
Chip Chop
the
Johnny
Broncos. Have some crumpets and tea. Yeah, the Broncos are favored 7.5, even though it's an away game for them and not the Jets. And the over-under this game is at 43.5 points. Jets is the only winless team in the league right now. And you got the Broncos coming off an awesome win against what was a completely victorious team until the Broncos. Yeah. The Broncos came stopping in. So there's no doubt in my mind that Broncos are going to win this game. I would like to tell you the Jets are going to cover this game because he brought in this head coach who's supposed to be a great defensive guru. Well, guess what? He is absolutely terrible. And he's playing a lot better defense. The Broncos are going to recover the spread. And I'm taking the over in this game because as much as the Broncos defense has been playing well, the Jets just find some ways to put up some points, even in garbage time. Because look what happened last week. What was it? They were down 27-3 at one point. They came back and lost by a touchdown. So I would expect the over because by the third quarter, this is going to be over, and you're going to see Bo Nix out by the fourth quarter.
So because I have faith in the Denver defense is the only reason I would disagree with you on the over-under portion there. I'm going to put this as an under. But, yeah, this is just pure insanity. This game is going to be like one of the most lopsided games probably all week long. But I should have said there's a lot of games that I'm like, this is a weird matchup. So, we'll see. But that's Broncos should destroy the Jets. Next up, we got a game that I got to say I would not have circled this game early in the season. This is going to be probably one of the more interesting games at 1 o'clock here. The Seahawks at the Jaguars. Like, who would have thought that's the marquee matchup? But
should be fun.
This is a decent matchup here, actually. I mean, the Seahawks have had a much more high-powered offense than people expected. The Jaguars are now one of the best defenses in the league. Really just beat the Chiefs in crazy form with freaking Trevor Lawrence falling down twice and then still somehow get into the end zone. Like, I already had it penciled in for the Chiefs to win, and then I was like, oh goddamn, I got to change this.
Drew, did I tell you it's going to be a nail biter, but the Jags win?
Listen, I don't trust you on it. It is what it is. I trust
you. Don't trust me, but I'm winning.
I trust you on the over-unders. That's where you're whooping my butt this year.
Listen, I was wrong in the over-under. I was right on everything else.
I know, but I'm saying that's where you're killing me, honestly, is the over-unders this year. Because I'm actually beating you on the spread picks, and you're only one up on the straight-up picks. It's the freaking over-unders you're killing me on. So apparently I know nothing about over-unders. But the trifectas are a result of the over-underers.
I know what I'm saying.
Saying.
Well, it doubles the points. I'm saying you get all three right, you get an extra point. It helps.
I'm just saying that's so I just no longer trust myself with over-unders right now. He's got that covered, guys. I'll take the spread picks. He's got the over-unders with their powers combined.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, you never would have thought of that as the marquee matchup. But yeah, I'm gonna say the Jaguars. There's just something about this team. Like they've gotten scrappy lately. I don't know. Like I don't have faith in Trevor Lawrence whatsoever. But there's just something about this team that's gotten a little scrappy, and I think a little scrappy in my teams. So Jaguars, I'm going to say to win. I'm going to say they cover because it's a 1.5 point spread. That's obviously not going to change anything really. And then with the over under list, I'm going to go the over, even though it's a good defense here. It's just I just feel like the Seahawks will do just enough to make it just barely over. It's going to be close, but it'll be just barely over, I'm thinking.
Yeah, we're pretty much in agreement here because just like you nailed it before, I was saying last week that the Jaguars defense has been sneakily the top 5 defense in this league. You don't want to give Trevor Lawrence the credit where it's due, but after 5 weeks of football, he's now played the best 5 weeks of football in his career in the NFL. He's looking like college Maybelline Trevor Lawrence back in the day.
I say that's not saying that much though.
Well, he's putting up points and he's leading the team. Like that team's rallying behind him. He's also got a really good defensive line there. So it's allowing ETN to get in there.
I just thought of something. So we've been calling Trevor Lawrence the per plus version of Daniel Jones for years. Daniel Jones got better. So did Trevor Lawrence.
Dun, dun, dun.
Insanity.
But yeah, the Seahawks have been also another like a team that was underrated going into this year. But both these teams, like you would have figured them on the bottom half, below average, if you will, in the NFL in this year. If we were preseason, but they're both in the top 12.
I would not look to the schedule and be like, ooh, the Seahawks versus the Jaguars. This is going to be good. But no, this is. So
yeah. So because of that, I am taking the Jags to win. I am taking the Jags to cover because, like you said, 1.5 points is absolutely dog nothing. And I'm taking the over because you're probably looking at like 52 if you're going to put that on your spread there. You're going to look at going back and forth quite a few times, especially at the end, just kind of like the Chiefs game. I thought that was going to be the under, but they had some fun at the end of the fourth quarter.
Now, Jay, I think Jay forgot. He said you have to say it with force, not like a question, or you look like you are stoned, Drew. No, I'm making fun of Liam Cohen when they hired him to be the head coach. That's what he did. He's like, Duval. Like, that's what he did at the conference. It's supposed to be Duval. Like, it's supposed to be like that. Like, it's supposed to be like yelling it. Like, I've been to the Jag Stadium before. It's actually a nice stadium. They have a swimming pool and everything. Like, literally, people can be in the pool watching the game. But I'll tell you this. Those pools make the ones on a cruise ship look massive. They're tiny pools. You got a ton of people shoved into them. So, yeah. Anyway, next up.
Yeah, up next, you got the Chargers going to Miami, staying with the Florida games. The Chargers are favored 4.5 points in this game with the over at 44.5 points. What can I say? Good defense, banged up by the Chargers. You have a messed up offense that is either hit or miss this year with Miami. And then you got a banged up Chargers front, but Trevor Lawrence is – I'm sorry, not Trevor Lawrence. What you call it? Herbert over there.
You're the guy with nice hair.
Yeah, I couldn't think the guy. I just thought about the beautiful hair. who's been playing pretty well. Yeah, top tier quarterback. He fell off the wagon the past 2 weeks once that offensive line's got a little messed up. They have some issues over with the running game, but I'm pretty sure they just fixed it up. So because of that, because I don't have faith in Miami's defense, I'm going to take the Chargers to win and cover this game. And this is a game I wouldn't be surprised if it goes over, but I took the under because I feel like the lack of offenses is going to show up more than the defenses.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I want to root for Miami so bad in this, just as I want Darren Waller to also excel. Another guy who's excelling without the Giant system. By the way, we got to do this, and we might, who knows, we'll probably do it soon. Maybe we'll save it for the bye week, though. Doing a whole team of people that are succeeding that used to be Giants. Like, literally, if you think about it, Darren Waller, we were pissed at him. Like, oh, how dare you gave up on this team. You know, the more and more I think about it, Darren Waller was like, I didn't come here to be a fullback.
Yeah.
That's basically what he did. Let's be honest. Did anyone go, oh, good, we traded for Darren Waller. He can be our fullback.
No. He was supposed to be our number one receiver.
So, you know, the more and more I think about it, the more and more it goes to my list of issues with Brian Dable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still pissed the way he did it, but it is what it is. Anyway, back to the game itself. Listen, the Chargers, I just got to think they're going to get their crap together just enough to beat the Dolphins when it boils down to it. That's all it is, because they look bad 2 weeks in a row now. They've got issues all over their offensive line, but the Dolphins are the Dolphins. They've just been one of the teams that actually is ranked beneath us in most power rankings right now.
Yeah, just because they can't figure it out with a bad defense. And listen, McDaniels is also the hot seat as well.
Yep, he'd be a great OC for us next year. Yeah, the Chargers, and I'm going to go under.
Yeah.
So next up, you got the game that I think most people would have thought would have been the game of the 1 o'clock, basically. The Rams at the Ravens. But the Ravens defense is pathetic. The quarterback situation, not good with Lamar Jackson being out. I suppose he's going to be out again from what I'm hearing. Though nothing's finalized, obviously, yet. So with that, I got to go Rams over. Just for those two reasons alone. I mean, let me be honest, the Rams probably pissed off and playing like they're pissed off because of what happened last week with the 49ers, too.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I agree with you. The Rams offense is playing pretty darn good. The defense has been playing pretty great as well. Cooper Rush is not going to do anything for the Ravens. And look what happened when they played against a tough Texans defense last week. They got smoked when they put up 10 points on them. It's going to happen again. So I would argue that the Rams defense might be a little better. So I think it's going to be another blowout again. And I don't think Sean McVay is going to give the opportunity to the Ravens defense to put up turnovers. So he's going to run the ball a little bit more. So I'm with you. I'm just going to take the Ravens in this. I'm sorry. I'm going to take the Ravens to lose this.
You think Sean McVay and the Rams are going to run a lot?
That's what I'm saying. They're going to do a little run away.
I'm saying right here, Puka Nacua has like 300 yards receiving in this game. Like,
it doesn't matter. He still can, but they're also going to run the ball and burn the clock.
I just think that's going to happen. It's going to be like a freaking 31 to like 13 kind of game. I think it's going to go that ridiculous.
Something similar, but when you're up like 20-3 at the third quarter, you're not going to look to be throwing the ball.
No,
just say
you might just throw it anyway.
Just say,
yeah, I get you. We'll see.
Up next, another game you thought would be kind of a dud, but it's kind of exciting, but not really. Could be. You get the Ravens. It's going to be bad.
You can't take on this game.
Yeah. Listen, you got the Cardinals flying in Indianapolis to play Indiana Jones. The Colts are favored by 5.5 points in this game with the over under 47.5. What can I say? The Colts could be undefeated right now if it wasn't for a late turnover.
Yeah.
They've been playing lights out all year. And the Cardinals just find ways to lose games.
They're the Cardinals.
Yeah, they do the most Cardinals things all day. And DJ's literally left New York, found a new home, whatever the mess of it, found himself a new home. And he's been doing lights out over there. And he's doing like a little bit of DJ. He's going a little downhill, but I guess this Cardinals defense, they've played pretty good. I think he's gonna kick some ass. So I'm taking the Colts to win and cover this game. And I think it's gonna be the over. And it's not because I think the Cardinals are gonna put that many points on there. I don't think Indianapolis is gonna let off the gas.
So
They're just dominant. That's what they do. They win by a lot of points. When they win, they just crush.
I have no faith in the Cardinals whatsoever. And it's a shame because I actually like their head coach. I think he's a good coach overall.
Yeah.
The problem is it's the Arizona Cardinals. Like nobody wants to play there because they know the ownership is cheap as hell. They're a classic F up kind of team. Like they have to make a dramatic change there to want people to actually want to play there. And not talking about great players that are ending their career like Emmitt Smith. I mean, like legit people that want to play in their prime kind of people, you know?
Yeah.
Plus, getting a quarterback over the size of 5'5" would probably not hurt them either. But Colts over. Yeah, it's not going to be close. This is going to be a blowout, I feel like. So
yeah.
Speaking of blowouts,
Heyo.
Cowboys at the Panthers. Like the return of Rico Dowdle to face the Cowboys here. Revenge game for him, I guess.
I was going to say.
But yeah, I know that the Panthers every so often surprise people, but yeah, I don't see it. Listen, say what you want about Dak Prescott, and we talk a lot of trash about him because let's be honest, we don't like the Cowboys. We don't hide that. We're a Giants podcast. But Dak Prescott, with everything he's lost, this has probably been his most impressive season.
100%.
So I'll give him kudos. I will give him kudos and say that because he's there, they probably go ahead and win this game. Now, I fully expect him to revert to postseason Dak if they happen to get in the playoffs somehow, just for the record. But you got to give him his kudos right now. He's been just playing lights out, absolutely amazing. So, yeah, Cowboys to win. 3.5 point spread is not nearly enough in this game. Like, this is a game that I would put so much money on. It's not even funny. And I'm going to say over on this because I think the Cowboys, you got over under 45 points. The Cowboys can put that up by themselves almost.
100%. I'm right there with you. Jay took the words out of my mouth. Dak is balling the F out. And listen, he's been playing some hero ball over there. CeeDee Lamb's out, and you got Pickens going there and stepping up and still put up 40 points a game. Like, they're impressive. They're really one of the highest scoring teams in the league right now. And we talked about why would you give Dak $60 million a year? This is why you give Dak $60 million a year. Like, as much as I don't want to say he's doing a great job, he's doing a great freaking job right now and controlling this team and leading this team. Some people say he's the best he's doing since college. I'm not going to go that far, but and I agree with you. He's going to turn back to a pumpkin once he goes to the playoffs. If he goes to the playoffs, Dallas doesn't have a defense, but the Panthers are too inconsistent.
Yep.
And the defense looked to step up last week a little bit. I think it's going to be enough to rattle Bryce because he sits there like they go back and forth on that, if they're going to play good on offense or not. And I don't think the Panthers defense is anywhere near good enough to stop Dak and his rampage right now.
Yeah,
so
no.
I agree with you. It's a blowout. Cowboys win. Cowboys cover and the over because they're just not going to let off the gas again.
So real quick, I'm going to pause this for a second here before we go to the next game because everybody's talking about Abdul Carter here real quick. As Jay Snow says, and Abdul Carter doesn't have a sack. Jay says, but pressure breaks pipe. Jay Snow. What was he talking about? Anthony says Carter should have 2 sacks, but this is what happens when people hype him up for the next coming of LT, and he was forced to play at a position for 2 weeks. And Jay Snow says he wants LT's numbers, which we wanted LT's number. How high was he when he asked for it? Jason, is getting pressure, but it's just vanilla coverage, like Spencer Rattler said. They know where to go. So here's the problem with it. First off, rookie, you can't expect. We said that we talked about this 10 times at least an episode, I felt like, going into the season. Because I wanted to hammer it home, said news was going to happen.
Apparently we have it.
So Abdul Carter has gotten so close so many times getting it. We had the intentional grounding call, which would have been a sack. We had one that the quarterback do you see that? He just sneezed himself off the screen. How the hell did that happen? And then on top of that, Abdul Carter also had one where was it against the Chargers where he tucked and went to run it right as Abdul Carter went to hit him, so it became a tackle instead of being a sack. So I mean, there's a couple of plays that he was like literally this close to being. You see the potential there. I'm not going to be down on the guy to see potential. That's what it boils down to. Like, I don't think he's going to be, necessarily the second coming of LT, but I didn't think it would be to begin with. I told you guys going into it, he actually made me nervous because of all the injuries and all he had. So, but you see the potential. You watch him play, you see the potential. He's got to see it. Potential is going to be, there in the end. And Jay, what you said here is not wrong either. He said he isn't a good tackle and isn't strong, but the other God-given shit he has. He fixes that and he's amazing. Yep. And Jace knows is not even Micah Parsons. Exactly, but he shouldn't have been. Well, no one should have ever compared him to Micah Parsons. That's the problem. That's not an Abdul Carter problem. That's an everybody else problem. And we shouldn't have bought into the hype. Same, we shouldn't have bought into the hype of Jalen Hyatt and all the other guys. That's on us as fans. That's why I told you guys, don't think this is what's going to happen. All right. Let's get back to it here. So we lost Rob with his somehow sneeze that took him offline. I'm not sure quite how that works out. Patriots at the Saints here. Another game that should be a blowout. I thought we'd beat the Saints easily here, but I still don't have any faith in them whatsoever. The Patriots have actually looked pretty good last couple weeks here. So I'm going to say Patriots to win. Rob has the same. The Patriots are a 3.5-point favorite. They should win by at least a touchdown. As we get Rob back here. How do you sneeze yourself off of a podcast? How does that even happen?
I went to mute. I wasn't even paying attention where the mouse clicker was. I thought it was good.
I'm like, how the hell? The guy goes to sneeze and just disappears off the screen. Oh my god. Anyway, so you and I both have the Patriots with the spread at that point. You and I both have the under on the over/under at 45.5. I'm guessing, like me, you just don't expect the Saints to actually put up any points whatsoever, basically.
Pretty much. I think pretty much it. I think the Patriots found their team in Drake May, their quarterback Drake May. They were a little tougher.
I think they found the coach in Mike Vrabel. He just turned it around.
100%. 100%. So, I agree with you 100%. Obviously, as you told everyone, I agree with you. So, let's get on to the next one real fast.
Okay, next up, let's go for it.
Let's talk about the nail biter of the Pittsburgh hosting Cleveland, where the Steelers are favored by 5.5 points in this divisional matchup with the over-under at the lowest of the week of 37.5 points. This is one of those games where it's divisional. These teams always play each other tough, but I still think the Steelers are going to cover this pretty handily. You got Aaron over there playing some hero ball with 2 weeks off. You have some turmoil on the offense for Cleveland. Who's who over there? Who's the star quarterback?
They got to start.
They do. They just got rid of Joe Flacco and you got Gerber over there, or whatever his name is.
So Joe Flacco is now a Bengal.
Yeah, he just got rid of Joe Flacco, which is I just said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And they got Gerber. Yeah, I'm just saying. There's turmoil. So you got what's his name? Gerbert.
Who? Gerbert.
What's
Gabriel Gerbert.
Gabriel Gerbert. Whatever.
Totally different name. I'm like, what the hell is he?
Whatever. Well, that's my point. It's you got this young guy over there. There's not that much film on him.
Gerber baby.
Gerber babies. He's going to play like a baby. He's probably going to be smoked by the Steelers. But the Steelers are also playing a pretty tough At defense. Probably one of the best in the league. But I'm still going to take Steelers win, Steelers cover. And with 37.5, that's begging you to take the over. I'm going to listen. I'm going to take the over this because I think it's going to be enough. I think it's going to low-scoring game. But I think once the Steelers get moving, they're not going to let off the gas.
Yeah, I mean, the quarterback situation in the AFC North in general is insane right now. You got Aaron Rodgers, who's like 70 years old, playing quarterback still somehow. You got Joe Burrow out. They trade now for like we said for freaking Flacco. So Joe Flacco now is the Bengals. Dylan Gabriel now with the Browns, and the Ravens just the whole cluster right now. Like this, I've never seen such turmoil right now in the AFC North. Like this is usually one of those like steady, solid divisions where there's three really good teams and the Browns. But like, I'm being honest. I mean, this.
And the Browns were good for a couple of years here and there, but yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a little crazy. It's a little crazy there. But yeah, I mean, this game is insane. I don't see there's no chance in hell the Browns doing anything here. I really don't.
It's one of those divisional games, and every time, doesn't matter who it is, they always play each other tough. In this division, they always play each other tough. But I don't think it matters enough. Steelers dominate.
You know, yeah, they're gonna dominate. I think 100%. But I don't know. I like Gabriel. You know that. You know, I'm a big Gabriel guy. I actually liked him while coming out of this draft. I just don't. I just hate that he went to the Browns because now you got like a situation where a team that consistently fails on quarterbacks, and he went there. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna say Steelers win. Steelers cover even, and I got under on the points. I think this is going to be the lowest scoring game basically of the week.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong, but I just think it's tough to go the over.
I get it. I get it. And it's also a divisional matchup, so I can see where you could say the spread too as well. But yeah,
I would also listen at the end of the day. I would also say some of these games in this division, they can play each other 48-45, and sometimes it's only like 9-7.
Yeah, I could see that kind of game. I could. Let's go to the 4:00 games here, and thank God this game is the only 4:05 game because I know we're all going to want to watch the Titans at the Raiders. Oh my God!
Raiders.
I think the only way they make this entertaining is bringing out Las Vegas showgirls and having them instead of cheerleaders on the sidelines.
You remember Mystery Science Theater at 5,000 or 3,000, whatever it was?
It was 3,000. Yes, I do very clearly.
5,000 was it 5,000? It was the movie.
3,000.
Either way, they should bring those guys back for this. Be fantastic.
Yeah, this is going to be the worst game. And this is as a Giants fan again, the worst game. This is going to make the Giants versus the Saints look like a spectacular game.
Yeah.
Raiders to win because they are the better team. I don't trust them to do their thing though, so therefore I'm going to say the Titans will cover the 5.5 point spread. 41.5 is the over under. I will throw in the under on that one.
Yeah, we're in 100% compliance here. Agreement. I think Sneaky Pete at home gets the win. Granted, it's not really Vegas is a home field advantage for anyone because everyone from Vegas is from everywhere else. It's easy and cheap to travel to Vegas. But that being said, I don't think anyone from Tennessee's traveling over to Vegas to watch their terrible team. Although they did win last week.
Yeah.
Like the Raiders.
But they shouldn't have, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Cardinals lost the game.
I think this is going to be one of the lowest scoring games of the week as well. I take the Raiders to win this game, but apparently I took the Tits to cover.
I saw that.
And I'll take the under. As this is probably the lowest scoring.
Both of them, of course.
Yeah. Ayo. All right, 425. You got the Niners going into Tampa Bay to visit Drew, playing the Bucks as well. The Bucks are favored by 3 points in this game, with the over-under at 47.5 points. This should be a fun game to watch. Should be very exciting. I think it's going to be back forth, nail-biter right down to the end. But we were talking about before about how Dak was carrying the game. Dak's possibly MVP category. I think Baker right now is leading the way because he's literally taking this Bucks team, carrying them on his back. And listen, Drew's normally the homer about Tampa Bay.
I'm not a homer about Tampa Bay.
Oh, you are. Let's stop. Let's rewatch the games. You are. But anyway.
They are the second team for me at that point because I live here. I'm going to root for them because I have a lot of friends who are Bucks fans. But you know, I root for first and foremost. It's just it is what it is. But you know, I got to root for the team that I know a lot of people that root for. It just is what it is.
Yeah. But I think the Bucs are going to win this game. They're going to cover this as well. And I think it's an over. I think it's going to be one of those exciting games. It's going to be a well-coached game, and it's going to come down to the last score.
Yeah, and that's safe to say with every single Bucs game. It's what they do. I don't think there's a single game that hasn't been, a nail biter kind of game here. So listen, I mean, the Bucs will win. I think they're the better team of the two and it's only because of the injuries. I mean, that's what's going on.
Yeah.
So I'll trust the Bucs to win. I think they'll cover the spread, but just barely. And then with that as well, I'll go with the over.
Nice.
Let's see here. Up. Jay says he wants to see you dance, Rob.
He said he would rather see me dance. And listen, you're talking about that game. I'm not going to dance for that game.
I would pay for Drew not to dance.
Coach used to tell me I had great hips.
These hips don't lie.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I used to have hips like Shakira.
Shakira. All right. The other 425 games. The Bengals at the Packers. And listen, he did do it, so I stopped dancing. He says, please don't do that again. Oh my God. Listen, we can still have a little fun here, you know? Jordan says, it's not the dancing, it's the faces you make while you dances that hurt the most. Are we going to Rascal Flats here that hurts the most? Jesus, brutal. Oh my God. And yes, somehow a woman married me. It's craziness.
It's amazing.
It really is. So let's see. Bengals at the Packers. Anyway, this is gonna be an interesting game. I don't know what to expect really. The Bengals now with Joe Flacco. Like, how much of the offense can he have a grasp on with just a couple of days into the game? You know, it was named the starter immediately too. Like, it's absolute insanity. I gotta think the Packers get it done. It's a 14.5 point spread, guys. Ouch. Like, that's insanity. So I'm going to expect them to lose by like 10 points. I don't think that's too high a spread. Too high a spread. You know, it's not like the Packers defense has looked amazing the last couple of weeks here. Like, let's be honest. No offense to Packers fans out there. Sorry, Kelsey, but you know, it is what it is. They've had some turmoil here. So like I said, I think they're going to still win. I don't think it's going to be a contest at all. But yeah, like I said, I think Packers, I think Bengals cover. I got the over on the points as well because it's still going to be like a 30 to 40 kind of matchup there. It's going to be insane, probably.
Yeah. So I'm pretty much right there with you, but I'm not. Definitely taking over this game because you got the Packers have been on a bye. They have some long time to come over. You got Joe Flacco, who got named the starter. He's going to have to go out there and play pretty much street ball against a tough defense with a bad offensive line, with a good pass rush in Green Bay. Yeah, it didn't look that way against Dallas, but this is a team that really gets after the quarterback and really puts some pressure. And when you're 55, 7 years old, like Joe Flacco is, and you're playing in the NFL, and you got Parsons coming at you, what you gonna do? But probably throw a pick and get right back.
Yeah,
I do think this is going to be a blowout. Although Flacco was a guy that beat last time he played the Green Bay, he beat them with the Browns, but not today. The Packers win. The Packers, I think, will cover this game. I just think it's going to be a bad showing because the Bengals defense might as well be the Random High School defense. It might as well be the RBR. Like, they'll probably play just as well.
I just want, is this how bad would it be if they go ahead and get Joe Flacco and literally he retires after one game? He's got done. I can't. I went for the Browns.
He might get sacked. He might get beat up this game pretty bad where he doesn't come back.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really bad. All right, next up.
Yeah. Oh, next you got Sunday Night Football. Sunday night. Well, listen, we got another banger for our Sunday Night Football game. You got the Chiefs hosting the Lions.
That's actually going to be a good one.
Yeah, and the Chiefs, with a 2-3 record, are favored in this game at home with a 1.5, which is just Vegas nicely trying to say that the Lions might win. And that over-under is at 49.5 points. I don't expect any defense to really show up in this game. There will be a defense probably in the first quarter a little bit, but I think it's going to be shooting. You're looking at the Lions, who's the number one offense pretty much as of right now. They've been electrifying. After week one, everyone's like, is the magic gone? Can he do it? Hell yeah, they can. And they've been proven week after week. So they're top three in every aspect pretty much. Meanwhile, you got Kansas City's been struggling, who's started off 0-2. And this is the first time that Mahomes in 5 weeks of football is not above 500. Like, what did they have last year? 2 losses?
Yeah.
3?
I had to look, but this is
so it's insanity for this team, and it's disheartening for them. As much as they're going to want to play, they're going to play again a very tough Lions team. Lions to win this game. Yeah, they're going to cover that 1.5 because they're going to win this game. And with the over/under, I'm taking the over because even if the Chiefs only put up 21 points, guess what? Dan Campbell will not let off the gas and keep that going. There's some games he's a top 3 scoring defense. There's some games he just does not let off the gas, and he'll put this up. This over almost himself. Well, not Dan Campbell himself, but yeah.
Yeah. It's I still don't know what to think of the Lions. I know like people think they're like the best team in football right now. I don't know. I just something tells me that this is not going to work out well in the end for the Lions. Maybe it's just the fact that it never works out for the Lions. I just feel like this is their high part of the season for them, and things are going to start going down. But I do think they win this game. It's going to be close, but spread's nothing. So I'll give the Lions the win. I'll give them the spread pick. I'll give them the over. So
nice.
Next up, we got the Bills at the Falcons here, guys. So before I do that, though, real quick, the chipmunk talk here, you guys. This is not a chipmunk. This is Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's. They don't have those in Jersey, I know, but you need to go to a Buc-ee's next time you go to a road trip where they actually have these. It is the best gas station stop ever It is a cultural icon here in the South. Buc-ee's. So, Bills. It is. It's really good. Bills and the Falcons here. So, listen, this is one of those games that it wouldn't shock me if all of a sudden the Falcons, because they crushed the last game there. I wouldn't watch them like do something crazy again potentially. But the Bills are clearly the better team. So, yeah, I'm going to say Bills win. Bills cover a 3.5-point spread. That's nothing. And the over-under on it is 48.5. I'm going to say over. I think there's going to be a ton of points.
Yeah, I agree with you on this one. The Falcons they've been up and down all year long. They kind of look similar to kind of like Green Bay did with Love's rookie year. It depends how Penix looks going into the game and how they finish out the game. And yeah, they were on a bye last week. But prior to that, yeah, they put up 35 points, some of that. But what did they do the week before? 3 when they got shut out. They got shut out by the Panthers. Meanwhile, the Bills have been talked about being one of the best teams in the NFL. And what happened last week? They lost. This is the first time in the NFL in, I think, 15 years in that ballpark that by week 6, there's no undefeated team. And the Bills are going to look for blood. They're going to be like Rambo. Come back. And they're going to go out there and try to slaughter this Falcons team, which is a very good team. But
Murdoch.
I'm going to slice up that secondary. As Josh Allen's putting up his red bandana.
Got to have the red bandana.
Yeah.
I think
the Bills.
I think that problem is that Josh Allen is like 2 feet too tall to be Sylvester Stallone at this point.
Maybe a little taller. Yeah, so I'm in total agreement with you. Bills cover this. Even if they're 5-point favorites, I probably would take them in this game. And yeah, there's going to be some scoring in this game, so I'm taking the over. It's going to be fun.
So we got a second Monday night game, guys.
We do, and it should be interesting. It should be fun here.
I don't know why they do this all the time now.
Well, it's not a double header because it's not at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like that Stagway, what they call it.
They have more games on it at Monday Night Football than they have at 4:05.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Guys, NFL, if you're listening, Sunday, fun day. Monday night, I need to go to work the next day. I can't be staying up to midnight watching the games. I mean, granted, I do because I had a podcast, but that's besides the point. Anyway, you got the Bears going into DC playing the Commanders. You got the battle of the first 2 draft picks last year. Interesting. Which team's going to say who's better?
I think
the Commanders. I think we know. The Commanders are favored by 3.5 points with an over/under at 50.5 points. What happened to defense here, guys? Jeez. Yeah. Commanders are a much better team. They got Daniels playing this game starting. Cleveland's looking better. Yeah, much, much better. Look a little healthier. So, yeah, Commanders win. But I do think the Bears will come here. Yeah, Bears will probably lose by 3. I think they'll play this a little close because, yeah, Cleve has been playing some good football, putting some points up there. He's also playing a pretty decent defense. So I do think it's going to be not that high score of a game. So I'm going to take it in the under. Hey, should watch out say that.
I'm in agreement with you on almost everything, except I think the Commanders are going to just really destroy the Bears in this game. And I think the spread won't be an issue. So I got Commanders, and under.
Oh, these Commanders.
Oh, yes. See if they start commanding things or not. So, but guys, listen, that's going to call it a night for us here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed the Buc-ee's talk in the chat nonstop here. Brisket up! I'm telling you, if you guys haven't been to a Buc-ee's yet, you got to go to a Buc-ee's. You got to. It's like it's literally the greatest roadside gas station in the history of mankind. Think of it like a Wawa. Think of it as a Wawa, but bigger. And connected to the store inside of a Cracker Barrel, but bigger. It's insane. That's the best way I can describe it, guys. Absolutely insane. But
beavers everywhere.
There are beavers. They even sell beaver nuggets there.
Ooh.
Yes. But
well, she costs extra. She's on the side next to the bathroom.
Huh?
What? I haven't.
All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow for our next loss here. Appreciate you guys for watching. As always, we are live on YouTube, the preferred platform, with, of course, Facebook, Twitter/Twitch, Twitch/X, and of course, Rob's favorite, my LinkedIn profile. Of course, as always, we're available the next day on all the audio podcast platforms: Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, all the big ones there. Appreciate you guys for watching, as always, and all the crazy talk there in the comments here. At least we got off the topic of ketchup today. I thought we might go into mayonnaise.
We went gourmet pickle ketchup last night. Jerk. Although a nice jalapeno ketchup. Fantastic. It's a spicy.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow night, and we're gonna do our new Go G-Men here. Go G-Men.
Go G-Men. Let's
go G-Men.
Let's go picks.
And G-Men.
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.